everyone, it's Vicky here from Crafty Heaven, and thank you very much for joining me today. And today I'm going to be showing you how I made this haunted house exploding treat box. This could also be used as a mini album when all the treats have been taken out. Used the Simply Made Crafts and Made to Surprise Halloween collections. So for the house, I've used the Simply Made Crafts Haunted House Lantern die set. And then to decorate it, I've used some of Made to Surprise Halloween stuff, as well as Simply Made Crafts Halloween items as well. So this idea, so for the base and the house, I got this idea from Helen herself, and I'll leave the link for that tutorial down below where she made a similar project to this. But I wanted to make mine slightly different and make this into a exploding treat box slash mini album. So this house lifts up to reveal the exploding treats inside. So as you can see, we have these ones here, and then we have some behind, and then when the person is eating the sweets, they could add photos into this so it becomes a mini album. Also, this lid lifts off to reveal more treats inside the box at the bottom. So they just fold up like that, and then the house just slots over like so. And there we go. So this is the front, the sides, and then we've got the back. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and let's get started. So I have got some of my pieces cut and put together, but I'm going to go through with you what I did. So I have got the base ready, but I'm going to show you on the white so then you can see. So for the box, you're going to need two pieces that measure 8 by 8 inches. And we're going to start off with the base, and this one we're going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, so just go all the way around, scoring at 1. Then for the lid, so instead of having our piece of card going right up to the edge of our scoreboard, we're just going to move it over ever so slightly. So let me show you. I'm going to lift this up to show you. So instead of having it butt up right up into that scoreboard, we're going to move it over slightly. So can you see there's a very sliver of a gap? You're going to do that on all 4 sides, and then you're going to score at 1. Okay, so again we're going to move this over ever so slightly and then score at 1, and you just got to repeat that on all 4 sides. Okay, so then we're going to fold on our score lines some trimming. So you have these 4 squares in each corner, and we're going to cut up the score line to this horizontal score line. We're going to give this flap a trim. Okay, so then we've got our tab, and then we're going to rotate it and repeat. So cut up that score line, give that a cut at an angle, and just keep rotating it and doing that till you've done all 4 sides. Then we're going to add our glue onto our 4 flaps that are in the corner, and then we're going to fold them up like so. Obviously you'll take a lot more time than I will, but I'm just showing you. And then you'll do the same with this one. Okay, and then they will slot in to each other like so. And there we go. So you have a box so we can put some extra treats in there. So I've done that already with my black card. So there we go. So just to show you, there we go. So now what I want to do is I want to decorate this before we add our next part. So for this I am using Made to Surprise Halloween paper. So I'm going to be mixing up some of Simply Made Crafts Halloween products as well as Made to Surprise, because I've been dying to use this cute paper and I thought I would use it for this project. So we're going to be using some of the ephemera from Simply Made Crafts as well. And then I'm using the Soft Lavender from Creative Expressions Foundations card, because I wanted it to be quite a cutesy project. For this one, for the purple, I've cut that down to 5 7/8 by 5 7/8, and then the paper is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Glued them together, and we're going to glue that one on top. Then for the sides of my lid, I've cut 4 pieces of the lilac cardstock that measure 5 7/8 by 7/8 of an inch, and then the paper is 5 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch, and they're going to go on there. So I'm going to stick them down. Okay, so there we go. How pretty does that look? So now what we want to do is we want to add the insert that's going to go inside our haunted house. So I have these ready. So you're going to need 2 pieces of card. So the first one is the large one, and this measures 11 inches by 10 1/8 of an inch, and along the 11-inch side you will score at 3.5 and 7.5. Then you'll rotate it to the 10 1/8 of an inch side, and you will score at 3.5 and 6 5/8. Then you will cut out the 4 squares that are in each corner, so you're left with this. Then you're going to do the same for the medium one. So the medium one measures 9 1/8 by 10. Along the 9 1/8 of an inch side, you will score at 3.5 and 5 5/8. Along the 10-inch side, you will score at 3.5 and 6.5. And again, you will cut out each corner. Then these two are going to get stuck to each other like that. And as you can see, I've left it so there's about 1/2 inch border all the way around. These will get folded up into our house, and then when we lift the house off, they will pop out like that. So you could make this into a mini album with a treat box on the bottom, or you could add sweets in this section as well as the bottom. And yeah, so it's entirely up to you how you want to turn this project into. So what we need to do now is I'm just deciding, I think I might add my patterned paper and that lilac cardstock first. But what I want to do is I want to attach this piece to our base. So I'm just going to try and center this as best as I can. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball it basically. I'm going to add my glue just to this bottom section here. And I'm going to use my bookbinding glue from Creative Craft. One, because it's a really strong glue and it will dry very fast, but it will give me a little bit of time to move it around so I can get it in place. So I'm going to place that on there, hoping that I've got it about central. And yeah, I think that looks about right. And then I can press that down. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut my pieces of lavender card and my paper to stick on here, and also this one, and then we can glue these together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll tell you the measurements for them. Okay, so there we go. I've now added my paper and my purple card. So for the large one, for the lilac pieces of card, you will need one that measures 3 by 3 7/8, two that's 3 3/8 by 3 7/8, and two that is 3 by 3 3/8 of an inch. Then your pattern paper, you will need two that's 2 7/8 by 3 1/4, two that are 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then one that's 2 7/8 by 3 3/4. Okay, so then that's that one. Then the smaller piece is going to go on top. For the purple cardstock, you will need two at 3 3/8 by 2 7/8, one that's 2 by 2 7/8, and then two that are 2 inches by 3 3/8 of an inch. Then your pattern paper, you will need two that are 1 7/8 by 3 1/4, one that's 1 7/8 by 2 3/4, and then two that are 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. So that is them. So now I'm going to just simply glue this on top of there. So again, I'm going to use my bookbinding glue and just add it to the bottom. Place that over the top like so. So now we're going to move on to the house itself. So for this, I'm using the Simply Made Crafts Haunted House Lantern die set. So I have the main die here. So I've cut 2 pieces of card out of this die here. And then I cut the lilac card using this die as well. And I just cut it slightly smaller than the black piece of card. So then it leaves a slight border around the edge of that lilac card. I'm also going to do the same for the patterned paper because I thought I'd add some paper to my house. So for this, I'm using some of the Happy Haunting paper pack from Simply Made Crafts. So what we need to do is we need to attach these 2 pieces together. So I want to just fold on those score lines. So I'm going to do that. These bottom flaps here, we're going to cut them off completely. So I'm just going to do that to both pieces. Okay, and now we're going to join these 2 together. So we just need to add a bit of glue to this tab here first. Okay, and then we're going to place this one over there like so, and make sure that it's lined up along the bottom. We can fold that over and we can add glue to this tab here, and then we can glue the other side. Normally what you'll do is you'll cut one of these tabs off, so then the other one would slot in there, and then this would be your opening so you can put your treats in your house. But I'm actually wanting to seal this up, and I think I'm going to glue these 2 pieces here together at the top. I'm not sure yet. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue to these tabs here first. Just line that up and stick that down. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same for these two here and join them up, and then fold these two flaps in and stick those two together. So there we go. And then I'm going to add my purple card here as well as the roof decoration. So now what we need to do is we're just going to fold these up, and fingers crossed that this all slots in nicely. Yes, look at that. How cute is that? And then we just lift that off and ta-da! Love that. And then obviously you've got your gift box underneath, so you can add more treats in there if you wish, or if you wanted to make this into a mini album, then you can. But there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to decorate this all up, and then when I've done that, I will come back and show you the finished project. Okay, so I have finished my house. So that's what it looks like on the front. Then that's one side. That's the back. And then that's the other side. So the only thing I need to add is a tab up here, and I'm going to stamp one of these. So I'll probably stamp lift, lift up or something like that, so the person knows to lift up the house. I've also added a witch on some acetate, so it looks like she is flying. So we're going to lift this up, and you can see I've added all the treats in there. So I've got a big eyeball here, and then we've got some more treats under there. And then obviously when the person has eaten all the chocolates and sweets, then they can use this for a photo album. So it's like a 2-in-1. And then obviously we lift this lid up to reveal more sweets in there. So there we go, guys. That is my haunted house exploding treat box / mini album, and I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and give it a go. As always, links will be linked down below, and please give this video a big thumbs up. Please click on this picture here and subscribe, and also click on this video here if you're wanting to go and check out some more videos from me. So till next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.